was pretty much a waste. I'm seriously wondering if they just go in a random direction for a random duration of time, or if they have a twirl around attribute. Just like for a random moment that they just twirl around. 'Cause it seems like that's what they do sometimes. I feel like I'm in a circle around the world here. Going so far out. The way I like to think of it, like the reason that chests and enemies don't show up until you're right on them, I like to just think of it as this guy has that this guy is very nearsighted. And maybe this was time before glasses, so he couldn't do anything about it. And sure, spells do a lot, but they don't do very specific things like fix your vision necessarily. Turning off the recording at inappropriate moments. I don't even know where I left off. But anyways, I'm not going into that cave yet because there's a dead end to explore. Gotta get it. Nope, nothing. I wonder if the programmers and designers of this game did that just to laugh at people who play tested it. Like little lab rats going into every dead end. Like if they just put them in there to screw with people. Because they knew that they were gonna go for it. They were rewarded sometimes. They would go for it every time. And sure, it's easy to make fun of that, but in practice it works in this game, because you would otherwise miss so many things, and things would be so much harder if you didn't try every single dead end. There's really little reason not to, even though it's boring. It's not really any more boring than being lost or fighting a bunch of bad guys. I don't even know if these are bad guys, because I'm going into their territory and usually kicking the crap out of them more so than they kick the crap out of me. Like, they run away and I usually go straight toward them and attack the heck out of them. I need to just teleport now. So yeah, I think I'm usually more aggressive than they are, even. Because they run away and they twirl. Just for the sake of twirling. It's my air conditioning. It's getting super cold now. It's just like 2 in the morning. Now there's probably like 0 background noise. You wish I could record this way all the time. But no! I don't like sweating it out in my room. Just for the sake of no background noise. And also during the daytime, if I record, it's gonna pick up the street activity like crazy. So I live on a busy street! It's wonderful! Not so wonderful for recording. Not so wonderful for everything else either. X-Rios. Really need to try this in a cave. Oh. I just like talking to myself. I forget. I think between Barrow and Tadcaster there was a place, there was like a cave that I completely passed up. Wow. Stop it. You suck. Ugh. I'm just gonna go to the cave. Skipping. Okay, I'm pretty sure this is the cave I was thinking of. Quick save, go in. And back up, because I'm facing the ladder that goes out. Turn around. And there's an eyeball. You want some of this? You want some of my blue stick? You're just gonna, yeah, come on. Come at me. Got you with my blue stick. Let's cast Luminose. Gotta emphasize the O's, or else it doesn't sound like cereal. Because no one calls it Cheerios. Or Cheerios. Well, maybe they do. I don't know. I don't know what I'm saying. But definitely, whatever you have to do, pronounce it like cereal. It's just worth it. Because why are they named like that? Oh, great. Okay. Whatever equipment I have does not actually protect from poison. Let's cast Toxios. And let's try to judge if it's worth it. AC 674. What am I doing? Phantom Shield, I think, was half confirmed. And not bad armor class either. So half confirmed for poison prevention. Let's totally confirm it. Let's 100% it. Let's do it. Let's do it with the eyeballs. Let's do it with the green-haired slug man thing. What is this supposed to be? Do Medusas have slug bodies? Well, not Medusas. I think that was like the... I think Medusas was the retarded Dungeons and Dragons form of Gorgons. You know, Medusa is the name of a particular Gorgon. They're not just Medusas, they're Gorgons. You open the chest, there's money inside, and I was really pissed off when I read the monster manual for Dungeons and Dragons calling them Medusas. Because no one's gonna learn about Greek mythology correctly if you just call them Medusas. That is the stupid, like, Hercules movie type of simplification of the whole thing. Okay. Poison me. Poison me up. Poison me real good. Okay. So even that shield, I thought I confirmed it, but I really didn't. Cast. Okay, now I'm pretty disappointed in the items, but it makes sense. I have a spell to get rid of poison. Would I just never use that spell anymore? I kinda just didn't want to get poisoned anymore. That's all. That's all I wanted, game. I just don't like getting poisoned. It sucks. So Phantom Shield sucks. AC 662. AC 674. So going back to the poison shield. I would be giving up, I don't, is that 20 AC? Or, yeah, I think that's 20. Forget what it was at before. That's good enough for me. I'll quick save to that. Okay, no more uncontrolled MP drain due to poisoning. No more running away from poisonous enemies. And usually I don't want to get hit anyways, so armor class to me is like a preventative measure for me sucking at gameplay. Which I kind of do, but in general, the game should punish you for failing. Sorry, there's nothing inside. Take it anyways. I want the chest. I want the empty chest. There's a treasure chest! Seems really excited. Even though there's obviously nothing in it to take. But hey, there was a sideways exclamation mark at the end of that sentence. If it was just an empty treasure chest, there should just be a period. Because it's not exciting. if there's nothing that you could possibly do with it in the game other than waste your time with pop-up messages about it. Let's back up so that we can't see it because we are extremely nearsighted. And that's also why things look so pixely. You know what? I can't get poisoned, so yeah, give it to me. There we go. I'm not afraid of you. I just don't care about you. Okay, you know, I didn't mean to do that, but I made my way outside, so why not? At least now that spell is not too irritating to get to. Luminos, it's there. Just seems kind of awkward now when something just pops up right in front of you and just stares for a second before attacking you, especially when it's an eyeball, when all it can do is stare. I love the dumb grimace on these things. How do you dodge this? How do you actually dodge this? By the time you get past it, it's already circling around to hit you. It's empty, isn't it? Okay, at least there's a map in this one. You know, things like empty treasure chests in games that aren't really going for realism in the first place just piss me off. I think that you should either go for realism or go for fun, because going for screwing with the player just pisses me off. And I leveled up, but I was too busy complaining to appreciate it. At least I don't have to head back to town, though. They had a little conference. Should we really be attacking this guy? I'm not a guy. I'm not a guy. I have a guy's voice. And I don't have any boobs. But my name's Janie, and I identify as a woman. So stop calling me a guy. Assholes. I hate you and your cheap tactics. I really, like, you know how I'm complaining about there being no way to dodge those spores? I think that's the kind of, logic where you assume everything you do in the game or in life is based on your own skill. So that supposedly if you were the most skilled player, you would not lose any health I think that's a kind of contrived logic. Because even in life, you can get hurt by doing nothing wrong. So in a game, why should you get upset if you have to take a few hits? Just expect it and you just adapt or something. Like, it really bugged me when I was playing Tomb Raider. I think the original or maybe the sequel. And there was a place that I had to jump down and I had to lose a little bit of life. It's one of those things where you're conditioned to believe something about video games based on all the other video games that you've played. Like, it's where they're just based on your coordination, and if you anticipated things or reacted to things fast enough, you could avoid damage. Some games, as well as some things in life, you cannot avoid taking damage from. And I think that that's something that you could take to the bank. That's wisdom that you could take to the bank. Not everything is fair. But as long as you can walk away from it, as long as you're not discouraged, and you can learn from it, know what to expect, and walk away from it intact enough, and you know how to just deal with it in the future and get through it, you can survive and get through anything. And I think that's actually more reassuring than having a situation where it's always your fault that you took damage. I think it's more reassuring that there are some situations in some video games where you couldn't do anything and you took damage. Although in this game there's always the option of using an overpowered spell and not taking any damage. It's still kind of... I think that the melee combat is more skill-based in this game. Not that it's good, it's just that it requires some type of unusual skill. Stupid treasure chest with nothing. Hate you. This isn't Skyrim. This isn't even Morrowind. You're not going for realism by making nothing inside of treasure chests. Even Morrowind had... I'm pretty sure Morrowind had junk in their treasure chests if there was not going to be anything useful. It makes more sense to have junk inside of something than to have nothing inside of something, inside of a container. Are there really that many completely unused containers? They bought the containers or built them for some reason. Why would they just completely not use them? That makes zero sense to me. That like a quarter of the containers go completely unused. Like, maybe one of the higher-ups just had some absurd mandate for a certain number of containers. Oh my goodness. I think it stuttered for no reason there. But it looks like it's still recording, so it's good. I need to end soon. And so, like, an absurd... I'm going on this, like, idiotic kind of hypothetical situation. Just thinking that the higher-ups said, this cave needs this many containers. And so the minions did that. They didn't know why, but they just did it. Supposedly it was for some purpose, but they couldn't figure out what that purpose was. So they left it empty. Because they didn't want to upset the guy. Or girl. Who told them to have this many containers. I like maps. Hey game, let's just always take the map. I trust the map. I don't think the map's evil. I think the map wants to help me. Let's always trust the map, okay? And you know what? This looks like the last level of the dungeon. Probably with the boss character. I'm gonna quick save just in case. But let's use the extra O's with marshmallows. Let's see what that does. Yes! Gets me out of the dungeon. Oh, how much MP did I have? 126 now. And then I had 131. Durr! How much does that come out to? I'm gonna pause the game while I think about how much that comes out to. So that you don't know how long it takes to do simple subtraction for me. Yeah, so that's 5 magic points. That's surprising, actually, because I think that's almost just as useful as getting out of the dungeon. Well, that's getting out of it. I think that's almost just as useful as getting to town, because you usually have just as many screens. Then again, it doesn't teleport you to exactly where you want to be. So I guess, yeah, maybe. Because this at least lets you pick a town. X-Rios just gets you out of that specific dungeon. I think I have enough MP. I'm just not sure if Barrow has an inn. If it's the town. Yes, okay. Has an inn. And there's no ornery lady standing at the bed that I shouldn't talk to. Because there's no point. I'll just pay the full price. I'll pretend that you have lives and need the money, even though you say the same exact thing as any other innkeeper. Went over my minutes. I'm not gonna keep playing this for another 30 minutes. I gotta go to bed. Yeah, I'm totally just ending it here and going to bed. Thanks for watching, whoever may be watching it now or in the distant future when this is no longer relevant. Bye!